Hey, hey, hey. I hope you guys enjoy these, what I'm calling podcast shorts for my Burnout to All Out community. This is just a little peek behind the curtain of the coaching that goes on inside of my programs. We're bringing to you some of the best nuggets and coaching I'm giving within hot seats of all of our different programs, whether it's our LinkedIn Method Academy, our mini mastermind business basics, all the way up to our higher level mastermind. If you're hearing some of these questions and you're like, man, I wish I could get my burning question answered by Melissa. Hey, guess what? You could be featured on my podcast. If you've got a question that you want answered and you submit it to my team and we pick it, we will bring you here to the podcast for our podcast shorts and do a hot seat with you. Where can you submit your questions? Send them to teamburnouttooallout.co. We'll make sure we drop that in the show notes for our podcast shorts. And I hope that you guys find as much value in these shorts as our clients do inside the program. Need some effective tactical advice that actually helps you get results and makes a real difference in your life and business? You've come to the right place. If you're finding yourself here today, it means you're getting ready to gain serious traction in your business, rapidly multiply your income and impact, and you're ready to make it happen while living all out. Guys, I'm Melissa Hinault, your trustworthy corporate dropout turned six-figure business burnout turned happy and healthy CEO of a multi-million-dollar online business. And you're listening to the Burnout to All Out podcast. On this show, we're serving up innovative growth strategies, simple implementation methods to put them into practice, and action-stimulating inspiration tailored specifically for the modern entrepreneur. Let's dive in.
I am a proud AF rule breaker. I don't think I need to pick because I think that you can start and end differently in a year. I might kick off the year at more of a base camp and end up going to Mount Everest or decide to be Mount Everest because really anybody climbing Mount Everest is starting and ending at base camp. So there's definitely that transformation. I think for me, this year has been a really tough year. I suffered a lot of loss and there's been a lot of things that have gone on. I think through it all, I'm going to do whatever the F I want to do. I'm done with doing what everybody else tells me to do. I'm done with doing what I'm supposed to be doing next. I'm done with doing what I should do. It really just took opening up this year to realize that I really have been breaking the rules for a really long time, but I felt like crap doing it. Now I'm like, heck yeah, I'm not doing anything anybody wants me to do. So I'm thinking about next year. Do I want to work harder? I don't know what Mount Everest really even is to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Would I like to make a little bit more money? Sure. But I totally fine with what I'm making and being able to live life so much fuller would be Mount Everest for me. Right? Was to be able to have what I have and grow that much more and make that many more memories. I know this year, just making connections, right? And making friends and people that would want to talk to me and not just asking me for, will you do these things for me for work? Like actually having connections with people. And I want to embrace that. So for me, Mount Everest is growing that community and growing those relationships and having that connection and knowing I'm having such a crappy day. I have people I can call now and go, oh my God, I'm having a crappy day. Like,
I love this for you.
That's really good. Yeah, that feels good. So what next year is going to look like, I don't know. I don't know what the next 3 months are going to look like, to be honest with you. But I feel good. Like I get up knowing like this is just comfort. I feel authentic. I feel true to me. And if I want to take a 3-hour lunch with my kids, I'm gonna. And if I don't want to eat lunch today, I'm not gonna. I just kind of going with it. And it feels really good to feel like I am a controlled, fluid life, which just feels good to me. That's where I am.
I love this. And I love this energy in you. So I'm curious, what do you think it was about this year that gave you the awareness or freedom to be okay with being a rule breaker or just not caring what other people think about you breaking the rules?
Obviously, in the beginning of the year, I'll definitely say that a lot of the acceptance of this woo garbage that you were doing was like actually genuine. And all right, I get this whole thing. So meditation and there's breath work and there's hypno breath work and there's all the things. I'm like, people are just whacked. But it did actually like really help. It was bizarre, but it was challenging, right? And it was like, this is wonky. I don't understand this, but we'll try it again and see what it works. And I think that I was making good progress with it. And then really being able to press up against some of the instruction I was even getting in the programs to do these things next. I'm like, no, I don't want to do those things, and being okay with it. And then really there was a lot of loss. So from April until June, I lost my brother, both my parents and my sister. So it was a lot with all of that, I'm still here. I'm who I am. And with all of the stuff that kind of came out first quarter, being able to release that and realize that I don't have to live up to certain expectations. I don't have to feel shame or guilt or all the things from all of that. And that that's just out of my life now. And I get a chance to look at this whole other half of my life with my family that I have and the friends that I am building relationships with and being okay with that. And people seem to be okay with me. I don't have a life of just judgment and criticism and failure and shame and stuff. So just being able to shift into a different network that seems to support me as a person has given me permission to not think I'm as bad a person as I thought I was.
Yeah.
So
I know for me, it hasn't actually been business strategy per se over the last 2 to 3 years that's created the accelerated hyper growth of my company. If you've been following me for quite some time, as a matter of fact, you would know that I still sell the same things I've always sold, and I'm running the same sales strategy I've always run. So, what have I done to create the capacity to hold more and call in more? My friends, it is the inner work that most entrepreneurs aren't willing to do and don't recognize as one of the most important assets in business. Bodies build businesses, my friends. Learning how to manage my stress in a healthy way, learning how to move through uncharted territory and find intuitive downloads and trust my gut to make the right decisions have been some of the critical components to success over the past couple of years. Another area that's been super critical for me has been being able to tap in and get into creative flow state. I call this rocket fuel. My friends, I am collaborating with one of my dearest friends and mentors, Sam Barber. For the first time ever, we are launching this program together called The Modern Entrepreneur, where we are supporting business owners in the mind, body, spirituality, and energetics of what it truly takes to be successful in the entrepreneurial realm. There is loads and loads of information on strategies to grow your business for entrepreneurs. But what is lacking in the industry is the emotional support that entrepreneurs need to be resilient and succeed in operating in an unknown space day over day and do it healthily in a way that allows them to have the capacity to hold what they are calling in. So, my friends, some of you are listening to this and you're like, oh, I don't need that mindset work. I don't need that energy work. I am here to tell you my clients who have grown exponentially this year all have given me feedback that it's the inner work that we've offered in our first version of Modern Entrepreneur that surprisingly was the rocket fuel to their success. So my friends, the doors are open to the Modern Entrepreneur right now. It pairs beautifully with any business coaching program you are a part of. We will be working with you twice a month. Once will be an actual workshop where you're learning tools and skill sets to become the self-regulated entrepreneur that is needed to succeed in this industry. The other call per month is an integration call with Sam. We call it Ask Sam Anything for hot seats and coaching to navigate uncharted territory in the realm of entrepreneurship where bodies build businesses. Guys, seats are filling up fast. I encourage you to check it out. There's also a live event component that you can add. Come hang out with us live. Spend some time with us in North Carolina and in Miami. There's 2 live events where we can meet you face to face and work with you in person. My friends, I hope to see you on the other side.
So that's
huge. I'm so sorry for all of your losses. I mean, it's just, I can't imagine. I knew that you had lost your brother. I don't know that I realized you had lost that many people in your family at one time. So I'm so sorry. On the flip side, it's beautiful that you've been able to create a new network that you're realizing energetically and like vibrationally makes a huge difference in how you show up and how you feel about yourself. Before I really got into the woo stuff, I used to hear people say like, you're the equivalent of the 6 people you spend the most time with, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Right. And then it was a picture of a rotten peach sitting in a fruit basket. Has anybody seen this? And then all the other peaches around it start to rot. Right.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, that just because this is how I was raised or how I was taught to doesn't mean that this is who I am or who I'm becoming. It is effort to consciously find authentic relationships with people who appreciate you for who you are and operate vibrationally at the same level you do. It is work, and it is going to sound really selfish, but it's strategic in how you protect that energy too, even with family.
Yeah. Well, and I think what was really the most eye-opening was that because you don't know what you don't know, when you grow up and live in a certain type of energy, you don't know that there's a different type of energy you can even embrace, right? It's like, why would I think it's not supposed to feel like this? And because that's so comfortable, you seek that uncomfortable feeling out because that's what you're used to. That's the comfortable, right? So then all of a sudden not being in that uncomfortable and realizing that I could actually be oddly uncomfortable, but in a more comfortable place. Right. It's like it gives you something else to kind of push for, right? It also took some real big moments in my life to say, okay, enough is enough. Like, stop dipping your toe over here. You need to just own this and embrace that energy and really try to surround yourself with it. And I've always considered myself to be a positive person, always glass is half empty, and it's always happy, filled with rainbows and butterflies and all the things for everybody else. Not something that I could actually share with myself.
I love this for you. And that's what modern entrepreneur is all about. People avoid this because they know it's work. People don't want to have to look under the hood. People don't want to. It is work. Many of us, it is a self-coping. It's an addiction to actually just focus on work, right? To not be available for anything else because I'm busy, because I'm
survival
work to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's surviving, not thriving.
Yeah. Yeah. So good.
Thanks, guys, so much for listening in on today's podcast episode. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming guest in the next episode. You are going to love this keynote speaker. Hey, here's the deal. If you liked this, please subscribe and leave a review. And you want the latest online business growth strategies and exclusive LinkedIn pro tips sent straight to your phone? Text the word update to 704-318-2285. That is, text the word update to 704-318-2285. Can't wait to see you guys. Come find me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like to hang. I cannot wait to hear how you are enjoying and applying what you're learning. You guys reach out to me over on social because I love hearing what's resonating with you. When you reach out to me and you send me those personal DMs, they really do impact the content I continue to bring forward to you. So again, come find me, Melissa_Hinault over on Instagram, Melissa Hinault over on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can't wait to see you guys over there.